बोल आहे.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Harsha Avtade, Assistant Professor from Computer Science Department, warmly welcome all the dignitaries, respected speakers, faculty members, researchers, and participants to the second session of this national level workshop on artificial intelligence and machine learning. This workshop aims to provide valuable insights and knowledge in emerging technologies and contemporary research areas. We are truly honored to have distinguished personalities with us today who have made remarkable contributions in academic research and industry. First of all, it is my privilege to introduce our chairperson for today's session, Professor Dr. Vinod Vijay Kumar Kimbahune. Professor Dr. Kimbahune is a highly respected academician with over 23 years of experience in teaching, research, and academic leadership. He is currently working as a professor in the Department of Computer Engineering at Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune. Earlier, he served as Dean in Charge, Faculty of Science and Technology, and Director at Dr. D.Y. Patil Gnan Prasad University, Pune, and also held the position of Professor and Head of the Department at the Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Technology, Pimpri. He completed his PhD in Computer Engineering from Savitribai Phule Pune University and has made significant contributions in the areas of Internet of Things, computer networks, cyber security, and artificial intelligence. Professor Dr. Kimbahune has published numerous research papers in HCI and Scopus Index journals. He has in total 46 papers presented in national, international journals and conferences, authored academic books, and holds several patents such as medical image processing system, use of Internet of Things in connected passenger car, and copyrights such as MEI scan using convolution neural network, diet analysis using machine learning. He has also played an important role in organizing international conferences and guiding research scholars. He holds professional membership for IEEE as well as ISTE Life membership. We are truly honored to have Dr. Vinod Kimbahune as the chairperson for this session. I request our coordinator, Vishali Sandorkar ma'am, to felicitate today's chairperson, Dr. Kimbahune. Thank you. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker, Dr. Ameya Pangarkar. Dr. Pangarkar is one of the most influential digital marketing and AI thought leaders in India. LinkedIn has recognized him as one of the top digital marketing voices globally, highlighting his thought leadership and global impact. He is an international TEDx speaker, Rising Star in AI 2025 awardee by Entrepreneur Magazine, and an honorary member of the Google Rare Leadership Academy, which includes only 50 selected digital marketers worldwide. Dr. Pangarkar holds a doctorate in digital marketing, an MBA in marketing gold medalist, and a BE in electrical engineering. With over 12 years of industry experience, he has successfully guided more than 1,200 websites, 1,850 plus digital campaigns, and 20 plus AR, VR, and metaverse projects. He has also trained over 16,000 professionals worldwide on generative AI tools and digital marketing. His profound knowledge of AI, marketing, technology, and brand strategy has served as a guiding light for the numerous organizations. He has consulted for a wide array of companies from Jacuzzi, Quickhill, Sequoia, Willow Pumps, etc. Dr. Pangarkar also served as a jury member for the AICTE NEET 3.0 and 4.0 national startup competitions organized by Government of India, further emphasizing his national influence. He is the author of 4 digital marketing textbooks and India's first book on generative AI titled AI Tools, which is published in both English and Marathi. In addition, he is a Startup India mentor, columnist, national level cricketer, and BCCI certified cricket umpire, reflecting his reflecting his diverse and dynamic personality. We are extremely delighted to have Dr. Ameya Pangarkar with us today as the resource person for this workshop. I request Professor Dr. Kimbahune to felicitate Dr. Ameya Pangarkar. Thank you. Now, without taking much time, I request Dr. Ameya Pangarkar to kindly begin the session and share his valuable insights with us.
नमस्कार. Good afternoon. Namaskar. Just a language check. Marathi better, Hindi, English, what would be prefer? Yeah. असं काही आहे का की मराठी जाणणार नाही? चालेल. मग आज पहाटे जेवढं पाठ करून आलो तेवढं इंग्लिश मध्ये येईल. That's why I did not take to ask. I wanted to ask for very same reason. Okay. So thank you so much for having me here. And since we are talking about technology, technology had to disturb us, and that's what is happening behind. So till the time it is getting connected to what I want to show eventually, I thought we might as well start speaking. Before I start getting my hands dirty, thank you so much again, college, for having me here. And it's the second time for me in this very campus, so I take this opportunity of considering that you had liked what I did earlier, and that's once more for me. So thank you so much for that. Today, I get this feeling that I'm having my oral exam because so many faculties are standing in front of me, and it's one to many. So viral examination, oral examination, viva का feeling मुझे आप दे रहे हो. So because of that, if at all there are any considerations or any thing that goes out of my mouth, please pardon me. Because you are used to coming this side of the table every day. I'm not used to coming inside the college every day. So that's the differentiation for me and you. Okay. Before we get literally our hands dirty in the topic, I would love to understand what's your connotation of alphabets A and I. What is AI for you? The reason I'm asking, AI for me has a different connotation. A is Ameya, I is Isha, who's my wife. So for my day literally starts and ends with AI. So for you, what is AI? That I would love to know so that I can understand from where should I start. So anything, any one can just pop it up. What's AI for you? Yeah, please.
Yes, Keller.
Please now.
Automatic information
मॅम तुम्ही पैसे देऊन आला तिथे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजन्सच्या याला तर ते एआय असं ना मग तेच विचारतोय व्हॉट इज एआय अकॉर्डिंग टू यू कारण the until and unless we are not speaking the same tone of AI, none of us will understand anything. Because what AI for me will be completely hallucinated AI for someone else, and that's the very interesting problem. So my problem is I'm not asking you full form of artificial AI, which is artificial intelligence. My point is what you call artificial intelligence. Like for instance, if we all leave this room and the last person in this room does not turn off the lights, and there are let's say some proximity sensors who close the light, are you gonna call that as AI? Now see yourself. There are few saying yes and many saying no, and my problem lies here. My very first and foremost for any audience and many such, the next time you're organizing any such event, I would appreciate to have one session on something called as what's AI, which is way more important. And the reason why I'm saying calling this, I'm taking you back to 1956 when a Dartmouth conference had happened for 6 long weeks, and in that conference it was just discussed and deliberated कि ये सबको हम कहेंगे क्या? What is it that we'll call? And the definition that erupted then by none other than John McCarthy, he says कि it's a technology that mimics human intelligence. I love the play of word here. It's a technology that is mimicry of human intelligence. Now, if we understand that, you can very well elaborate and hypothesize this point that mimicry can never be better than originality. Right? Mimicry would never be better than originality, and in that ask of things, I'm challenging your WhatsApp university to a lot. जहाँ पे you get so many such videos that say AI ने देखो आदमी को हराया. Theoretically, it is beyond possibility. In Indian Bollywood movies, this can very well happen, or in any movies, this can happen. But by the fetch of your knowledges, this is something only limited. Because at the best part of AI, which is yet to come, it will at max mimic human intelligence. And therefore it can't surpass. In my introduction, Professor Harsha was deliberately pushing me as a digital marketeer, or the marketeer part of me erupted more, and hence I am giving you one asterisk to this statement, which is terms and condition apply. And that term and condition is AI cannot surpass human intelligence as long as humans are intelligent. Or even if I go one more step in my bold hypothesis and say, as long as humans are using their intelligence. Ma'am, it's okay if you are not getting connected. I'm fine. We can very well go with the flow what I have. It's just a tool for me. My point to you next is we need to identify and understand AI, I'm saying again repeatedly, it's a technology that can mimic human minds or human intelligence and it can never surpass humans' intelligence. At max, it can mimic. And therefore, my point was, as long as you and me are using our intelligence, we are safeguarded. But let me make another statement that whatever intelligence that we were using yesterday, we are using lesser than that today. Like for instance, a room full of what 50 odd people here and few again would be online. And how many of you are PhDs, fortunately or unfortunately? I don't know. Again, you may have different reasons for it. Now tell me the people who have raised their hands, and many of you would be grads, postgrads, definitely. Tell me what is 43 multiplied by 62? Not a single soul. Forget about getting my answer right or wrong. Not a single soul in this room tried. And you know why? Because I have mobile. Why should I do it? My problem lies there. In engineering, we have definitely learned something like n tends to infinity. And intelligence of human intelligence per se was always considered as n tends to infinity because it is growing at a certain rate. I challenge that statement today. I have a consideration with the kinds of things that are surrounding us. I think for humans the intelligence is tends to zero. And the reason I'm saying it, few hundred and few thousand years I also had a tail. Shepu होती ना हमारा. I didn't know what to do with it. But in the ask of time, what happened? It vanished. Same way, are we giving up on these smaller, minuscule abilities of our mind? And if that's considered, AI is growing, definitely yes, but are human intelligence degrowing? The answer is affirmative. And the problem lies even there. So would appreciate if you also, if time permits in this conference or sometime other way, you should also talk about what are we doing to protect this human intelligence. And it needs to be safeguarded because AI is growing alarmingly. Now let me, sir, please if you can just close it off. Now, what's happening is सगळ्यांचं लक्ष तिकडे जातं. मी तरी आता अंघोळ करून आलो. हे फार रेअरली घडतं माझ्या आयुष्यात. तर तुम्ही बंदच ठेवा थोडा वेळ. ते हा इकडनं छान ना. आता तिथे काहीच दिसणार नाहीये. मी इकडे बसणार. Second point that I want to make, and you all would have read this, a very renowned industrialist, Bill Gates had made this statement 7 months back, exactly, that in next decade, AI can surpass or even replace teachers and doctors. What's your thought on it? What's your take on it? Is it possible? Do you think AI can replace you? I hope your negative answer is because of confidence and not because of ignorance. And I just deliberately say कि your answer which you are saying no to this question that AI can't replace me is coming out of confidence and not ignorance. I will again in the same breath I'll say I also have no affirmative reasons to go ahead with Mr. Bill Gates' statement. Obviously, financially, economically, computationally, and logically, I have nowhere near him. But with all due respect, I also have to say that I challenge his statement. But I need one small change in that statement that I'm making, that AI will not replace you. But another teacher who knows AI will replace you. And that's going to happen. And that is going to happen. And that is happening. So your competition is eventually not with AI or any other technology per se. Your competition, if at all it is with another person who is way more adaptable than you. And why I'm saying this, many of you would be teaching professional courses. You all would possibly may have identified or also observed this point and take it with pinch of salt that before COVID or up till COVID, any graduate who was getting passed out from be it engineering management or any per se, he or she used to have something called as 1 year of training period. Agreed? GET or कोई भी था, he or she used to get one entire year as a training period. As a owner of business, I call that as a honeymoon period because there's nothing that can happen from you. After COVID, this has reduced to somewhere around 7 months. Now, last year, 2025, for the same post, Indian average is for 2 weeks training period as against 1 year. So now imagine industries are now hoping by 2019 or by 2020, a person who was getting graduated would have one entire year to learn. And now in 2025, again I'm saying industry agnostic, Indian average is just 2 weeks. I hope you understand the debacle of difference that we are talking about. And this cannot be functional unless and until you are adaptive. Okay? And now, if you understand this entire quantum of the things, now let me deep dive into something which I know, which is AI and ML. AI, as we rightly said, it is something around artificial intelligence. It talks about technologies that can mimic everything. Now, many of you would have had a chance or would have fancied your imagination of working with ChatGPT and tools like this. Definitely. Any alien in the room who has not used any either of them? असं कोणी आहे का की ChatGPT पण नाही केलं? So all of us we have played with it. Great. Now let's just count how many such AI tools you all cumulatively are aware of. Okay, so I'll start with the first ChatGPT. Shoot. Gamma, 2, 3. Gamma is ideally not AI, but still I'll give you. 3, 4, 5. समझो? 6, 7, 8, 9. ग्रामर लिखून. ये AI नहीं. Still चलो 9, 10, 11, 12. अजून 14, 15. समझो? In a room full of somewhere around 60 odd people, we are not even able to count 20. I'm giving you 5 more for people who are online. Chalo. And today we are setting exactly 40 months and 16 days from the launch of first AI tool. In these 40 months and 16 days, how many such AI tools would be there across the globe? Any random idea? ये बोली लगानी लगा चलो अब थोड़ी सी औकात बढ़ाओ give me a number 1 also is a lakh 99 is also a lakh give a affirmative number now you are from a department that designs and develops things you also should understand कि एक ऐसा tool बनाने के लिए practically कितना time जाएगा today morning the number is close to 2,65,000 AI tools I did small maths for you and that number is shocking for you. I divided this number by 40 months, 41 months, further divided by 30 days and even further divided by 24 hours to come to a very astonishing number that every passing hour 7 AI tools are getting launched. And do we even know 7 AI tools practically? And if answer is no, it's not delta of difference, it's Gibraltar of difference. And that's how you are digitally dinosaur. Whether you accept it or not. Now I'll challenge you, even you might be considering, okay, I'm at my 50s, why should I know it? I even challenge the students who are here, who consider that tech savvy, they may not also know that. And that's where, my dear friend, the problem lies at large. And this is not unfortunately Satyanarayanची पूजा ज्याला तुम्हाला आमंत्रण देऊन बोलवलं लागेल. This is a technological shift. It happens and it happens. We have seen this in our English class, possibly when we were learning our in school, that time and tide wait for none. I think we need to add one more T to it. Time, tide, and technology wait for none. And they will never. Now let me come to the second or the next point in my consideration, which is about adaptability and being adaptable. Today we are talking about all these things where the technology is booming, it is growing, and many such things. Let me just draw one corollary from your own life. The moment next mobile phone gets launched, or 17, 18, whatever the number is currently going on, you all would queue up the entire night for store to get open just because you want to have an upgraded phone. Won't you? Many of you have mobile applications with at least 30-40 mobile applications embedded or loaded, downloaded in it. And without your consent, without your permission, the moment you are tuned into Wi-Fi, they get updated. Now here with next sentence very critically and very theoretically as well. Have your hand on your heart and ask yourself, when was the last time this hardware was updated or upgraded? And unfortunately, the answer is less than or more than 18 months. Again, sorry to say, you are dinosaur. You are not fit for this. And again, please, you were very happy when my introduction was going on. Possibly you would be expecting some rosy romantic things from me. Unfortunately, I'm not that kind of person. The world outside this campus is, fortunately, is not that straightforward. Today, When I interview people, in my three companies when I recruit, I'm not looking for a fresher. I'm looking for an experienced fresher. So I look for people who are joining me or any such industries. Do they know something? And unfortunate again answer is this: no, I don't know. Now let me come to the even next part, which is possibly very close to many of your hearts. Today, as a society and as an education, we have shifted big way from knowledge economy to skills economy. So what do I mean by that? Earlier it was sufficient कि how many degrees do you hold? आपल्याकडे मराठीत म्हण पण होती तो चार बुक शिकला त्याच्याशी जर तुम्ही वागा. We used to say that degrees was the consideration whether you are getting promoted. Degrees were the consideration whether you are getting a job or not. Sorry to say, now it's not going to happen. Forget about your degrees, keep it at your safe. You are at working desk, आपको क्या आता है? What you can perform. And trust me, I'm not asking this question as an industry. Take it with a pinch of salt and with a bitter salt. Your students are going to ask the same questions very soon. Even possibly they might have. And they do have all the rights to do it. Because they are the stakeholders in this meeting. So if they are going to ask, the same thing is going to apply to all of us. Again, I'm not doing any fear mongering. I'm just telling you something which is way more close to heart because today I am getting fortunate enough that my message is going to get translated to not 50 but possibly to 50,000 of you because you are multipliers in 1,000 ratio for me. You teach so many kids every day often. Now let me come to why you need AI. Why faculties, academicians, why you need AI, and then we'll possibly, if at all technology permit, I'll demonstrate, or if not, I'll just tell you why you need AI. What's your opinion? Do you need AI first of all? Yes. Then why? Why do you think what? Why you as an academician would need AI? What for? Where we are going to use it? So we know we want AI, but क्या करेंगे नहीं पता. See, that's again a big problem, and I would request कि this deliberation should also discuss something like this. कि whether we want it, okay, fair enough. You have came here just for that, but why? Why do we want it? See, on one point you are hating AI that AI will not replace you, but you want to use AI, and कहाँ पे नहीं पता. This equation, this triangulation will not work. So you need to go one step ahead and imagine. Now let me tell you two very important considerations where in my opinion you will need AI. Very definitely thousands of them, but let me just give you two very interesting propositions. And third, which I'll say two and a half. Point one, if I'm teaching economics to Rucha, I'm just giving one example. If I'm teaching economics to Rucha, earlier it was supposed for me that I should know economics in and out. Right? Today's assumption is along with me knowing entirely economics, I need to know Rucha as well. And that has changed. And that has changed not because of you, that has changed because Rucha is also watching what you are teaching online. And there she is getting personalized. Now, when she comes to your class, she is not in the opinionated mind to decipher क्या ये offline है यहाँ पे इसके इतने limitation है. Her mind is not accepting it. So you again have to appear here. So now I have to give personalized content delivery. Now it is humanly impossible for any person to remember 60 faces, 60 stories into many divisions that you teach. There you can very well use AI for delivering personalized content. I'll tell you one very practical consideration. I used to love my report cards till I was in pre-primary. Even my daughter has now graduated from first to second. I used to love her report cards till she was in nursery, junior, senior. You know the reason why? Because those report cards used to tell me what she does in class. It used to tell me what are her hobbies, what she likes to do. And same goes with me. The moment You enter first grade, the report cards for me become boring because marks starts entering. Why can't you have personalized comments to each and every student? Because your failing in maths is not because of geometry but because of algebra. Itna to bata. But in rest of so many things you do, you can't do it because you don't have that much amount of data. Even if you have, you can't compute it. AI can do it. So that's my first derivation for you. You can very well be a personalized content delivery resource person or a facilitator who is giving me what I need, but in a way that I need. I hope you are with me on the first point. Now let's take the second point where you need. The point two which I was making, where you possibly would need AI, is a consideration that is if let's say student who is sitting for my session, if he is getting the same content that is available from me on internet for free, but in way more entertaining way, he'll not give attention to me. That is bare minimum. So I have to be Google plus plus. And for me becoming Google plus plus, again AI can help. So that's my second thing. And the second and half, two and half part, or the third part you want to say, where you can use AI, is apart from teaching, there are 1500 things that you have to do as a teacher, like arranging this kind of stuff, making timetables, making so many things, which making papers, taking, there might attendance for that sake, which I call, if you permit, allied activities of teaching. And you signed up for teacher's job for teaching and not for allied jobs. So why can't you outsource those allied activities to it so that you could focus more on your core interest? So these practically are the three areas where you can use it. First is for personalized delivery. So that at least for instance, there are tools that can give you, if I have 60 people, out of these 60, how many of them have auditory memory? How many of them have visual memory? How many of them do not understand English the way I am speaking? Now, if I know these, can I deliver my content to them in that manner? If I know there is a one student in my class who is completely proficient in English, but is good in Marathi, can I deliver my notes to her only for her in Marathi? Yes, AI can do it without you doing anything. But are you taking that effort? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Again, that is what I'm saying by personalization. Second, as I said, is all have to do about you becoming Google plus plus. I'm not challenging anyone's educational or academic knowledge capabilities here. My point is means creating that content in a way that will be acceptable and presentable for the audience at large. And third, as I said, it should also be about the allied activities. Now let's go to the different considerations where you can use these things. Now, all of you would have tried, you said ChatGPT, and very first thing that you do for that is to give a prompt. You had to give some prompt, and then it happened. Now let me show you or tell you how poor we are in giving prompts. Okay? Any random topic that any one of you teach, any topic, just give me one topic. I'm sorry. Any topic जो आप पढ़ाते हो, sorry, cell biology. Okay, now I have nothing that you say, I don't know anything about it. Now let's say you have to create a presentation on this topic. Okay, very simple. If you are okay with this topic, take this topic or take any topic that you want. But I'm telling you, you have to create a presentation about a topic. Now I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. I want you to take out your pen and paper, and I want you to give me a prompt that can help you generate this presentation on any of the AI tools. Fair enough? Please do not showcase your intellectual poverty by asking this very question to ChatGPT. humble request. So there is something called as pen, जिसको लिखता भी है, so take that effort, giving you couple of minutes, take any topic of your choice, and I want to see the prompt that you would possibly use to generate a PPT on that topic, and then possibly I'll give you how good or bad and better the prompt could be because the entire thing lies there. Chalo, write it down. Humble request again, no use of ChatGPT. Let me know once you're done. Done? Yeah. Shoot. Bravo. Yeah, please.
Prepare PPT on some Bible.
Shabash. How many of you have prompt something similar to it? Raise your hands. Please be proud with raising your hands. So I don't want to see. How many of you have given a prompt, prepare a presentation on the topic, or draft a presentation, generate a presentation on this topic? How many of you have given something like this? Generate a presentation on the topic. इतना ही prompt जितने लोगों ने दिया है, okay. fair enough. बाकी लोगों ने क्या किया? Yeah.
Please make a presentation on cell biology with same number of slides and with a professional background.
ठीक है. और anyone else? Yeah.
Generate a PPT on topic cell biology using some interesting photographs, diagrams, flowchart, which will include these points with the sub-points.
ठीक है. Okay. Anyone else? Yeah.
Consider you are a professor and now you can visualize the data. First, I define the goal.
You think something? Sorry, थोड़ा सा जोड़ दो. तो हर स्लाइड के ऊपर क्या क्या होगा आगे. Now understand, जो first वाले लोग थे ना, the people कि generate a presentation on so and so, prepare a presentation on so and so. In terms of AI, all of you are called generic prompters. Now why generic prompters? Because you are not giving any information to AI. And in data science, we have this principle called as GIGO, which is garbage in, garbage out. And that's the reason you always would be getting something way more generic as output, and you would be cursing AI, isko kuch nahi aata. The matter is on you because you are not asking proper questions, the answers are not proper. And you know why this is happening? This is happening not because you can't use AI, it is happening because what I call as Google syndrome. And what Google syndrome is, that when I use Google, today I don't have to ask a lot. Like for instance, in 2025, last year, the highest search keyword on Google was coffee. अरे तुझे बनानी है, बेचनी है, कॉफी बीन्स की यानी जानकारी चाहिए, या फिर कॉफी कहाँ पे उसका उत्पादन होता है वो चाहिए. No, I'm not gonna say. And then Google as बेचारा boyfriend should understand what's in my mind, which Google does for 92% of the time. And hence, we do not share much with AI. We do not write. किती आळस आहे बघा ते तो देतोय good, but I'm not gonna ask. And because of that, what happens? The very first problem that significantly all of us face is we get half-cooked or basic information back. And then what we do? We then say, क्या अगर इतना इतना चाहिए था मुझे, अब 10 स्लाइड का बना के दे, अब तुझे ये करके दे. Now we are doing these type of conversations because today all these prompts are costing zero for you. By end of this very year, I'm giving you, by end of 2026, all of you will have to pay for using AI tools, and that mode of payment will be quality of prompt. So for हर prompt के लिए एक रुपया तो ऐसा नहीं होगा. There will be certain credits. So let's say I get 1000 credits. So if I'm doing a poor prompt, I lose my credits. If my quality of my prompt is better, then it will be even to a better level. And this will happen, take it from me by end of this very year. Now at least try the resonance of this, ki why I should up my game. It all depends on your prompt. Now, next level, second level, people talked about how many slides do I need, what type of these things. But none of you, or even third level people, they talked about कि as a professor do this, so and so. But none of you told me कि in which language do I want the presentation. None of you told me कि for whom am I making this presentation. Don't you think it will change the prompt? Or don't you think it will change my output? None of you talked about ki, what do I want in that presentation. Means there would be only few of you. So the very first thing as a humble request to you, for next at least 1 year, anything that you do on AI, you should at least have 6 lines of prompts. I'm not saying 6 words, 6 sentences I'm telling you. Now what will happen the moment you start writing 6 sentences? You will have to think. You will have to think, yeah, or can. So you will start thinking about something like who's making it, for whom I'm making it, what do I want to create, how I want it to be presented, in what tonality. So you will start giving these considerations the moment you make it compulsory upon you that I have to write 6 lines of prompt. Okay? Let me just give you one example to tell you the impact of good versus bad prompt. एक दिन स्कूल में एक टीचर होते हैं, मास्टर जी होते हैं, जो बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट है, मान के चलो. एक बच्चे को उठाते हैं 7th या 8th ग्रेड का, एंड बहुत उसको डांट पड़ती है. नेक्स्ट डे वो बोलते हैं कि मैं तेरे डायरी पे नोट लिख रहा हूँ, कल इसके ऊपर तेरे पिताजी की सिग्नेचर लेके आ. ओके, नॉर्मल केस. नेक्स्ट डे टीचर कॉल्स द स्टूडेंट, बताया क्या घर पे? हाँ बताया. क्या हुआ? कुछ नहीं, आपने बोला मैं सिग्नेचर लेके आया, चलो दिखा मुझे. The student takes out something and goes in front of the teacher. टीचर बोलता है ये क्या लाया? सर आपने बोला था सिग्नेचर लेके आ, तो ये क्या है? मैं माय फादर सिग्नेचर विस्की की बोतल है. आपने कब कहा कि प्रॉब्लम आपका था ना? I'll give you another example. If at all me and let's say सारिका मैम दोनों का कुछ तो झगड़ा हो गया, थोड़ी देर के बाद मैंने उनको सॉरी बोल दिया, she will possibly forgive me for doing something. But imagine यही सिनारियो, मैं मेडिकल प्रैक्टिशनर डॉक्टर हूँ, I'm coming out of the operation theater and patient के relatives को मैं बोल रहा हूँ सॉरी. क्यों? सिनारियो क्यों चेंज हो गया? My prompt is the same. यहाँ पे भी सॉरी था, वहाँ पे भी सॉरी है. Try to understand. You have something called as human mind, which works with context, which works multilaterally. Unfortunately, today AI works with unilaterally. It cannot understand the nuances of the context unless and until you give it. Like for instance, जो तुमने टॉपिक बोला, of which I don't know A and B of it, but the moment if I give only this line, to prepare a presentation on this topic, now AI will decide that whether a student is making it, or a professor is making it, or a person who is teaching in school making it. And there will be many more possible options. And then what you will say क्या है ये बहुत basic है यार उसको थोड़ी पता है कि आपको क्या चाहिए. Okay, so have this consideration with you. These 6 lines of prompt. If you want, take these 3 words: act, create, present. So what is act, create, present? You should have, for the 6 lines of prompt, you should have at least 2 lines with act. So act as a student, create this presentation for so and so, and then it includes ABCD. So you'll have some kind of structure to it. And trust me, you use any AI tool, this logic is applicable anywhere. This logic will be applicable throughout anywhere that you do. Act, create, present. Okay. Now let's go one step even further. Now let me bifurcate all your activities into 2 buckets. One is what I call allied activities, and would have loved to show the tools, but even if you don't, you can't. Just take down the names. Those are also more than sufficient for you. Okay. Like for instance, for making timetable, many of you would fancy this. Many of you have this hobby of making timetables every month. क्योंकि एक सेट का टाइम टेबल बनाना वो 3 महीने का काम चलता है तो हर 3 महीने you have to do it, right? Now there is a tool, there is an AI tool called as timetable.ai, and it's a free to use AI tool by the way. What you have to do, you have to give all the constraints that you have, all the constraints as in my slots are 45 minute slots starting with this ये slots हैं, we are operational on so day so that. Now everyone is looking at each other expecting that person will use this tool. I will not use it. My problem lies here. शिवाजीचा जन्म हवा पण शेजारच्या घरी माझ्या. That's the problem that you have. And take it from me, this is going to impregnate hugely on you because there would be a great amount of debacle of things that would be expecting upon you. Why not I will gonna use it? क्या होगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा नहीं आएगा ठीक है ना अभी भी मैं वैसे ही कर रहा हूँ ना. What if आ गया तो? What if I'm able to do it? And trust me, all these tools do have at least hour-long YouTube videos. इसी हर tool के कैसे use करो? Effort तो डालो. So timetable.ai is first tool जहाँ पे you can give all the considerations. I'm not taking a name of a private university in Pune. They have somewhere close to 68 courses when I was their academic consultant, and there was these 3 ladies in that university जिनका हर महीने का काम था सिर्फ टाइम टेबल का, क्योंकि हर एक कोर्स के कुछ ट्राइमेस्टर कुछ सेमेस्टर देन देयर आर फ्यू विजिटिंग फ्यू ये देन विजिटिंग प्रोफेसर्स का अलग ही वो कि मैं ट्यूसडे को दोपहर को आऊंगा वगैरह. All these things were there. I'm telling you, with this tool I have created 68 courses into 2 semesters timetables. So one whatever 36 timetables in just matter of 14 minutes. But my prompt was 3000 lines because I have to consider all these considerations. वो टाइप करने में मुझे 2 दिन गए. But the moment my prompt was there, output was there. Trust me, for me cost क्या था मेरा 2.5 दिन का जाना आना. Tool तो free था. But trust me, I added several zeros on the right hand side while invoicing them, which they paid. Several. I'm not saying 1 2. I'm saying several zeros. 1-2 साल की तो फीस आ जाएगी उसमें. इतने मैंने सिर्फ उनका टाइम टेबल बनाने के लिए पैसे दिए. Which I'm telling you, you can do it. As a matter of fact, it's just a leap of faith that you have to take. You just go on to this tool and use it. Then there is another consideration of something like it. Attendance might be a one great favorite subject for you. वो तो हमें हाथ से भरना है. I know for sure that you may have 1500 other considerations where you will need it in a particular format and so on and so forth. But could there be a tool that can help you? The answer is again yes. Attendance checker is one such AI tool that can help you in that zone. Now my point of view is rather than just giving out or rejecting the tool, might as well try once. Might as well try once and then decide ki whether I want to use it or not. Even going ahead, PPT is what I'm saying is again one very interesting topic which you have to, but you don't like to because of the paucity of time. Then there are multiple such AI tools that can help you from Gamma to app.presentations.ai to Trello to GenSpark. There are many such. But just try GenSpark is something that I would definitely recommend as an academician because it has I can set a role that who's making this presentation. In many other presentation tools, I can't select who's making this presentation. So on the same topic, if student also makes it and teacher also makes it, possibility is higher that it may have a similar content, if not same. But GenSpark is something that I will appreciate that you can try and very well see the benefit of it. Now, in terms of other allied activities, another thing which I have listed down is you all love to play with Excel a lot. There are so many reports that you have to create. There are so many यानी ये event हो गया इसका सारा budgeting would also be on some on campus on ये बनाओ वो बनाओ ये बनाओ वो बनाओ. So for Excel there is one very interesting tool called as Julius, Julius. Now the best part of Julius is I don't have to worry about कि VLOOKUP करूँ का HLOOKUP करूँ का pivot करूँ का काय करूँ का formula कुछ डालना. I just have to upload my data, tell it to the tool कि मुझे क्या चाहिए, the tool will do rest for me. I don't have to worry about कि which tool, how to do it, and if at all I need कि ये कैसा किया, there is a option of downloading वो Excel sheet जिसमें उसने output दिया and I can go on the sales and see which formulas it has used. So that is something that would definitely be applicable. Now, the moment I'm saying this, as the Excel Julius is there for you, you can very well use Julius for your academic research, for your PhDs, SPSS करना है, आता नहीं, Julius करो. Julius can very well give you the counterfeit of reports very easily, very effectively. Till they are trying, we should at least continue here. So we are on Excels. I told you there's a tool called as Julius, which if you try using it, it can give you the enormous amount of results based on how it can be visualized, क्या होगा, क्या कर सकते हो, and on top of it, you can even download the sheet that is being created and use it for your further consideration. So these were the three cases जहाँ पे मैंने allied activities की बात कर, apart from teaching. Now let me go to something called as research. You have to write research. You have to possibly do various kinds of secondary research, academic research, and so on and so forth. Now let's talk about the tools that can be useful in that aspect of it. The very first thing that can be helpful for you is for finding research papers that have already been presented on my topic, जिसको हम लोग secondary research कहते हैं. So there is this two very interesting tool called as Elicit, ELICIT. There is another tool by the name Consensus, CONSENSUS. I'll repeat, CONSENSUS. Consensus. And the first one was Elicit, ELICIT. Now, what happens? Let's say if I'm giving a topic to it, ki use of augmented reality in healthcare in India. Let's say this is my topic of research. So these tools will give me a list of research papers which are already been presented on topics which are similar to this. So I get, let's say, some 100 odd paper depending on it. Now the best part of consensus is I can even filter it. So I can filter it here. I want papers only from India. I want paper only from 2020 onwards. I want papers only from journals which are quality 1, 2, 3, 4. I want only research papers जिसका आज तक citation हुआ है. So I can use various such filters to identify these research papers, and then I'll get a list of all these research papers. Now the best part comes then, I can then check with these papers. I can even ask a simple question, okay, my hypothesis is this. How many of these papers are in alignment with my hypothesis? So it will further shortlist it. Then I can even do one very important others there, that I can say ki of the selected research papers, write a literature review for me. And you will be surprised that it will not only write a literature review, it will also do citations with APA considerations. Now that literature review is ready with you. Now comes the first ethical consideration. Am I gonna take it as if? If your answer is yes, you are not even eligible and you don't know how to use AI. The reason is then you will get caught up by something like plagiarism checkers. And that plagiarism is not from the plagiarisms that we are copying it, but it is AI plagiarisms. Now today you have many, like Scopus also has AI plagiarism thresholds. So understand that if I am getting something right readily there on the kitty, can't I just rephrase it in my way and write it? Who stops you from doing it? But trust me, I have seen people whose secondary research could be completed in a week rather than 3 or 5 months, just because they are using it effectively. I am currently doing my second PhD from Kennedy University in USA. My topic is use of generative AI in educational management. And did you not, I have completed my secondary research which was accepted by the university in just 4 days. And it's an entire literature review. There is just plagiarism is 0, AI is 0, and I am not fooled anyone. But I have identified it, used this tool effectively, and tried it on my own. Who is stopping you from doing it? But the reason I am calling it as others, because you see something like this readily available, what you will do? Copy. And you will copy, but you will curse your students that they should not copy. It's the hypocritical nature that you have. But up to you. So try these tools. Again, I'm saying consensus and Elicit for your research paper finding. या फिर जिसको हम लोग secondary research करेंगे. Now comes a question that what can I do for again my data analysis in my academic? Again, you have Julius. Because your data would eventually be in Excel, or it could be in some or the other tabular format. CSV या फिर SQL जो कुछ भी है, your Julius can very well handle it. So can I use Julius in that aspect? Very well, yes. So 300 report samples आपको जो लगता है, you can very well try doing it on Julius. Now my point is, many of you will say that नहीं मेरा data चला जाएगा, मेरा data private नहीं रहेगा. तो ट्रस्ट यू, आपका नहीं है वो डेटा, आपने झूठा ही लिया है कहीं से, तुम्ही उष्टच खाता. मग तुमचा का म्हणता? Anything which is already available on the internet is not yours. It is already available. Why you are calling it that I have found? You have found it. म्हणजे already आहे, तर तुम्ही घेतलं. If at all you want to use, if at all you think नहीं मेरा खुद का ही डेटा है, then go for Julius का paid data would be saved at you. नहीं तो Julius open है रहेगा. If you practically ask me, you have nothing to lose. आपका डेटा आपके पास बचा ही नहीं है, सब जा चुका है already. I have reached to that level कि there is data privacy has become a myth. I know none of you will accept it, but practically it is the truth. If you want ते मांजरीचं दूध पिण्यासारखं, तुम्हाला वाटतं की मी डोळे बंद करून दूध पितोय म्हणजे जगाला मी दिसत नाही. Up to you. Then comes the next point. Now I have my secondary research is done, my primary research data analysis part is done. Now comes a very pertinent question of report writing. Now I have to write report. Now I'm giving you two tools, but I don't want you to use these two tools blindly. The very first tool is called PaperPal, as the word says, PAPER and PARL. PAL as in friend. PaperPal. You give PaperPal all the points that you are doing, working on it, and it can give you a skeleton of your report, how it could be. Another one very important use of PaperPal is for your bibliography and citations. So it can very well and very effectively manage and handle your citations and bibliography. Then comes the question that in my academic research, I want to use some infographics. Now what happens because of infographics, whenever I need any image, what we do? We go to Google and download something. And जैसे मेरे बाप ने वो बनाया वैसे we directly use it in our report. Copyright वगैरह we don't know, we don't even care. And then the plagiarism checkers catch it. Now here is a tool, something called as, there are two tools. One is very easy to use tool called as Napkin, and then there is one very interesting and very affirmative tool called as Genspark, जो मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले presentation के लिए बोला था. Both these tools can help you to create infographics based on your content. So आपके content के ऊपर का infographic आप ही बना रहे हो, copy करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So you are only generating an infographic, and then if you are using it, it's the first time someone has used it. So there is no question of giving credit, there is no question of being plagiarism. If you are ethical, just write that you created this using this AI tool. In terms of source, that is more than sufficient. It's a fair use of technology. Apart from that, once the academic research paper is written, this infographics is created, then we want to create few images, like front page image, we want to create few fascinating images, then go for a tool called as Leonardo, Leonardo. Leonardo is a tool that can create images based on your text. Like I want to create law of diminishing utility को explain करने वाला realistic photo. So the tool will create it for you. So that is Leonardo, Leonardo. And you can download that as an image if you create for your sessions as well while you are teaching. You can use the similar for your sessions as well. Now last in the case of your report writing, many a times you make certain claims. Like for instance, if I make one claim here by saying, in India today we have more number of mobile phones than toothbrush. It's a fact by the way. Unfortunately, in India today we have more number of mobile phones than toothbrush. Now I can very easily and very effectively pass this conference without telling you the source. But I can't if I am writing a research paper. So if I want to write such claims in it, I need to give source. Now where can I find trustworthy source of AI? There is nothing better than Perplexity. So the best part of Perplexity is, apart from me finding the research and all, I can directly write the claim that I am making. Like for instance, I made this claim. In India there are more mobile phones than toothbrush. I'll directly write this. And then Perplexity will tell me whether this statement which I am making has been published in some or the other research and whether it was accepted or not. So I'll get a source for it. Or Perplexity is savvy enough in directly telling you whatever you are saying is not true. So I will directly have the source for the statements which I am making. Now the best part of this thing is whenever we want to make source, we want something which is publicized in newspapers, in media, in somewhere it has to be publicized. So I'll directly get the link of that paper as well. So like for instance, if I again made this claim so and so, I'll directly get a media cutting or some research article जहाँ पे ये claim हुआ है. So I directly would get a link to the original. Now look at the beauty of it. It's an entirely reverse engineering. Earlier, what we do as researchers or while writing a report, we eventually reach to this point because we have found few things. We reach to that point. Today, I am telling you there is a tool that can even do reverse of it. If I know something, but I can't write it just because I don't have proof, I'm giving you a tool which you can very effectively use. Last but not the least, in terms of writing of research paper, before submission, I obviously would love to check myself how much plagiarism is there in this paper. Now, obviously, you will go with your Turnitins and all, but Turnitins do not tell you effectively how much AI content is there. So that's again a very pertinent problem there. It gives you, but it doesn't give you to the core of it. Now, for only for you want to check only for the AI component of it, there is very interesting tool called as AI ka I and then authentic ka Thentic. Like ITHENTICATE. Authentic का बाकी सारा और पहले सिर्फ I authenticate is the name of the tool that can help you to give only AI plagiarism का check करके देगा. So that is something else that you can very well try and use it. Now come to very interesting part of it towards the closure of my submissions and then possibly I'll take few questions if at all. If at all we have to ride this AI wave, I told you at the start of it that we can't give away on human intelligence, right? And hence here I'll propose this formula. If you are interested, go on my LinkedIn, you will find an entire one blog there, which I'm saying AI multiplied by HI is sustainable intelligence. So artificial intelligence multiplied by human intelligence is sustainable intelligence. Now I'll just elaborate a bit more on this point. Please understand, I'm not saying AI plus HI. I'm saying multiply. Now, in multiplication, even in your third grade, when you learn multiplication, your math teacher would have told you if either of them is zero, output is zero. If either of them is negative, even it is further negative. So you need to have balance of both AI and HI. So AI multiplied by HI will be sustainable intelligence. You can't get rid of just being intelligent on human aspect. You also need to have some components on AI. And neither the case, you can't be completely reliant on AI and be completely absent on the HI part of it. Nothing can happen. Now, why I'm saying this extreme will not hold true? Possibly again go to Perplexity for checking the next clause that I'm making. On 2020 April last year, we had a black day in the history of Indian IT. You know for what the reason? What had happened on 20 April 2025? It was considered as black day in the history of Indian IT because ChatGPT was not operational for 18 minutes. 18 मिनट ChatGPT बंद होता. And you know what had happened? In just one city of Hyderabad, 176 employees had to resign just because their skills or lack of skills got exposed. So, itna reliance bhi acha hai. Now, for understanding that, if you permit one philosophy at the end, we all start crawling when we are born. Then we try to stumble, then we try to walk, run, climb, and then one eventually final day we enter elevators. and then the elevator takes us to the different layer. And because we have done crawling to climbing manually, if at all one fine day the elevator is not functional, we can walk, right? Why we are missing out on the same journey with AI? Let the moment you use AI tool, but let's not forget the ability that we could do it in absence of them as well. And that's the HR part that I would appreciate you should have. Now, last but not the least, what are the limitations that I think AI will always have? And there might be many, but I just want to highlight one, and which is hallucination. What do I mean by hallucination? Is, let's say I'm telling you one very interesting, again a practical story. There was this idiotic creature from France last 2 years back. He had created an AI calculator, and in that calculator, what he had done, addition was replaced as an algorithm of multiplication. So if you do 3 plus 3, the calculator used to tell you 9 and not 6. Now he was so cruel in his mind that he said that this calculator should be used only for 6 digit and above calculation. Now what had happened because of it? The moment it shifted to 6 digit and above calculation, you basically in your mind you give up that logic and you are like, "Okay, whatever the tool is saying is right." And trust me, the tool was operational almost for 3.5 months because people were using it left, right, middle, center, trusting it. Now that is, my dear friends, is hallucination. Because again, going back to garbage in, garbage out, and unfortunately, we don't know what garbage is getting inside. So until and unless you don't have your HI alive, you again would stumble upon this point. So that was my assumption. Can we have some questions, if at all any, pertaining to the topic?
These rules are clear papers.
Can you work for one day free in my office? See, we have this very, sorry to use the word pathetic, assumption that the tools should be free. Did you not, for making one tool, there is a team of 400 to 500 people who work tirelessly day in, day out, and you expect that the tool should be given to you for free? For what? And why? And you will pay a lot for using Netflix के लिए मुझे free नहीं चाहिए. लेकिन जो काम मैं रोज करूंगा, वो सारा टूल मुझे free चाहिए. I'm completely against this assumption and telling you on the face of it, no, none of these tools will be free. If at all you find a tool is free, you are the product. And if at all you still consider the tool should be free, एक दिन मेरे ऑफिस में free काम करने के लिए आ जाओ. You will understand what efforts it takes in making these AI tools. And then you have the same question. Taking point from her, let me tell you one very interesting small story, possibly it will hit you. From this very old city, there was Mr. Tamle who had created iShow, I as in I and Show, a Marathi equivalent of ChatGPT. It was one of the supreme tools. But the tool lasted only 3 months. You know why? Because Mr. Tamle was asking 5 rupees a year for that tool. 5 rupees. For entire 1 year subscription. None of us even bothered to pay. What happened? Mr. Tamle sold it to a foreign company. And now we are all in our whims and fancies will curse Indian manufacturers and Indian technocrats कि आपको यहाँ पे काम ही नहीं करना. We want to because you are not buying it. That's why we are selling it there. You give us this confidence that we'll buy it. And 5 rupees a year, was that headache? Look at that as a problem, and that's why Indian society is not matured enough to have Indian IT products, and that's why they are selling it outside. It's not the other way around. Sorry if I have hurt anyone, but that was my intention to hurt you. Any other question? Anything, possibly you are doing something and for that you need a tool, you can shoot it out at me. I've given you somewhere around 10-15 things, but ये छोड़ के अगर if there is a consideration that if I do this, इसके लिए कुछ tool है कि I'll try to come out at it. Yeah, please. That's fine. Anything? Yeah.
स्पोर्ट्ससाठी काय टूल्स वापरू?
म्हणजे स्पोर्ट्स मध्ये काय करायचं?
फिटनेस टेस्ट घेण्यासाठी.
अनालिसिस साठी मिळेल. अनालिसिस साठी क्रिकेट अनालिसिस साठी क्रिक गुरु म्हणून मी एक ऍप बघितलंय. पण मी आय हॅव नॉट सीन एनीथिंग फॉर अदर्स, बट देयर वुड बी डेफिनेटली क्रिक गुरु डेफिनेटली ट्राय करू. यू विल फाइंड समथिंग रेलेव्हंट. मग तेच ऍप तुम्ही कदाचित ॲथलेटिक्स साठी पण वापरू शकता. तेच ऍप, कारण इट बेसिकली मेजर्स युअर मूवमेंट्स, युअर पोस्चर्स अँड मेनी ऑफ दिस थिंग्स. थोडंसं प्रॉम्प्टिंग कसं करायचं? प्रॉम्प्टिंग साठी असंख्य टूल्स आहेत, पण मी एकही नाव सांगणार नाही, कारण प्रॉम्प्ट देण्यासाठी पण जर एआय टूल लागत असेल, ह्याच्या इतक्या उघड्या जगात कशालाही लागत नाही. यू शुड नो व्हॉट यू हॅव वॉन्ट. स्वतःची ओळख. मला हवंय ना काय हवंय ते. इफ आय डोंट नो इट, द टूल विल नेव्हर नो इट. That's my point. So there are 15 tools which are doing amazing, and there are amazing outputs that you will get as a tools output for a better prompt. But I'm not going to tell you that. And I also would request you do not use it for a very simple reason, because the tool don't know what you want. You only know what you want. And for that, if you have a foundational knowledge, you will know. And did you know today all these tools accept any language? So there is no consideration की मला इंग्लिश येत नाही म्हणून काही नाही. माझ्या ऑफिस मध्ये काही लोक चक्क कोकणीतही त्याच्याशी बोलतात. मराठी पण मी लांब जातोय, कोकणीत बोलतात त्या टूलशी, आणि they get the what they want. It's just the leap of faith that my logic and my foundation is clear, and then the rest part is history. Any other? Thank you so much for giving your 70 minutes of your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And definitely it would be a once more again from us, because you are just like a powerful batsman who comes on the field and performs with higher strike rate and strikes fours and sixes one after another. And I'm sure next time we all will be more aware about AI, isn't it? As you said, we have to have or use our natural intelligence to use artificial intelligence. With that, I would like to invite Dr. Vinod Kimbamune to share his thoughts with us.
Respected IS, Principal Dr. Goekar Madam, Event Coordinator Dr. Chandorkar Madam, Coordinators Oak and Sarika Madam, all the faculty members, students, and today's guest who deliver really a very nice insight on what exactly the artificial intelligence is. Dr. Amay sir. So it's really a good to hear lot of things which is very much required that known to each and every faculty member as well as students. Now the crowd is mixed, that is faculty members and the students. Just 2-3 points I want to add. Whatever the sir has explained, that is absolutely required for each and every one person. Usage of AI tool in education, it plays very important role. Now you are having students in front of you. You just ask to the students, will they really happy to just attend the lecture for the sake of attendance? Yes? But I am asking you. But if you are able to deliver the sessions in different way, because the patience of today's students is very less. After pandemic, everyone, being a faculty member, being a parents, everyone facing this problem. And applying AI in education which definitely help you. And so many tools are there. But most important thing is that whatever the AI that you know, as you know that before pandemic, we were talking about our government, we were talking about UPI. And that time so many people they criticize. It will never happen in India. How it will be useful by the illiterate person, those who don't know anything about internet, anything about mobile. But the fact is that the rural people, those who are selling vegetables, they are using the UPI. Need. And another thing is that you all are under the cloud already. You know all the AI actually. Because you are having so many social handles, you are working on that. But how you are using in a learning phase, which is very important because case studies, what you are having, whatever the social handles you are using. If you call me and within fraction of second you are getting my name on your social handle, how it could be possible? How this type of case studies will help you to understand. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Just learning the things and knowing the things never be useful for you. Now, sir, there's so many things. Whether this AI will replace human, never. Whether AI replace medical, up to certain level, definitely. Within few years, 4 5 years, radiology department will be completely obsolete. If you are having a big data set with X-ray, CT scan, MRI, no need to get the result from human being. Am I right, sir? If you are having good data set of each and every disease, within a fraction of a second you are getting without any what was the second thought. So the things are very much simple. Try to understand all the things with case study only. Discuss the case study along with the usage of AI. Then only it will be possible to understand both faculty as well as student. And I request all the students, using AI is not big deal. Understanding the usage of AI ethically is very much important. You can easily download code, but debugging, their complexity, scalability, and integration. If you don't know, you will never be a good coder. 90% IT people they are using AI. Company allows them, but if the product of the code is not, what you can say, the very much useful for the particular product or particular operations, then it will never work. So that things are very much important to understand. Another thing is that sir was talking about prompt engineering or prompting. Prompt engineering is completely a new position which is required in each and every IT industry. Not only in IT industry, in other organizations as well. If you open your eyes, you will find that not a single sector is left. And most research, most usage of AI is nowadays in health, agriculture, food, transportation. Everywhere you will find that the usage of AI. AI is just we are just talking about AI now. Now the world is going towards explainable AI, XAI. Where we are the people want the reason. Nowadays we are asking why this particular disease happened. You are getting result. But now people are asking to the AI that why this would happen. That is very much important to understand. So I am also very much thankful to the organization of this Siddhanayak Science College for giving me an opportunity. I am also really happy to attend the session of Dr. Amay sir, and definitely this type of sessions will help you to understand the concept on a recent trends. Just don't keep the things here only. Take it ahead. Now, in the previous day, we were talking about at least you have to read few lines. Nowadays, the thing is different. At least you have to understand one concept a day. Programming your data structure. You all are, I think, related to the science, computer engineering, yes? Now we are very much aware about the data structure, database management system. What will be the future of this? Now we are talking machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. Really, this helps. Try to find out the solution of answer of this, which will definitely give some insight how these things are moving very fastly and rapidly. So once again, thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
It is my great privilege to propose the vote of thanks for the successful completion of the first day of our two-day national level workshop on artificial intelligence and machine learning. I would also like to thank all the participants from various institutions for your enthusiastic participation, thoughtful questions, and active involvement, which made today's workshop truly interactive and meaningful. I would also like to express our sincere gratitude to our distinguished resource persons and speakers for delivering such informative and engaging sessions today. Your expertise and guidance in the field of AI and ML have helped participants gain a deeper understanding of these rapidly growing technologies. And we look forward to another exciting and knowledge-filled day tomorrow. I'll just give a brief about tomorrow's sessions. Uh, Day 2 will start at 9 a.m. We will start with breakfast. Then third session will start at 10 a.m. up till 12 p.m. Then there will be lunch break from 12 to 1 p.m. Session 4 will start at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Then there will be high tea break from 3 to 3:30 p.m. At 3:30 we will start with valedictory function, and this second day will end at 4:30 p.m. So with this, I conclude the vote of thanks for day 1 of this two-day national level workshop. Thank you all and have a pleasant evening. And I would like to inform you that high tea will be served at the conclusion of the national workshop. We request